Okay, hi everyone. Let's take a look at problem 23-1 and we'll work through part 1 of the requirements, which asks us to prepare a purchases budget in units now for each product and for each month of March, April, and May. And we're looking at Pinsetter Supply. They sell footwear, sports equipment, and apparel. And we have some beginning inventory numbers. We have some a new policy because management believes there's excessive inventories in these product lines, and as a result, the new policy dictates that ending inventory in month should be 40% of the expected sales for the following month, and we're given a table of what they expect sales to be. So what we're asked is to prepare a purchases budget, meaning what do we need to buy for each product in the next month. So let's tackle the footwear division first. Alright, we need to come up with the budgeted sales for the month, right? And we're given, let's make that budgeted sales for the next month so that we put it in the right column. So in the case of March, we'll drop in 20,000. Let me format the cells so that everything comes up, commas. That'll look a little bit better. There we go, 20,000, 30,000, and 33,000, right? Then we have to abide by management's new policy, which we need the ratio of ending inventory to future sales. And we've been told that has to be 40% now in every month. Let me change that format to a percent. Copy over here. So that with just that information, we can come up with budgeted ending inventory. Right? We just simply multiply the 20,000 units, or the sales for the subsequent month, times the ending inventory. Okay. Then we should add the budgeted sales. Okay, so now we had budgeted sales of March of 10,000. You're going to add it for the month you're in, for April of 20. Now, in this case, we can just pull from the cell before, right? 10, 20, and 30. So that will get us the required units of available merchandise. Right? So if we add those two together, or just sum the last two. Let me put an underline there and copy that. Copy that over. You see what I'm doing, right? I'm just copying. I'm doing a Control-C, Control-V. I know you can't see that, but that's my way of doing a quick keyboard method of doing copy and paste in Excel. Okay, then we have to subtract out less the actual or budgeted, depending on what period we're in, beginning inventory. And I'm going to use a couple abbreviations here. How about we do it that way? Right? So we were given a beginning inventory of 15,500 for the footwear division, right? And then the budgeted beginning would be equal to the prior month's ending, so that's going to be 8. That's going to be 12. Oh, and why don't we enter these as negatives so we can just add the formulas going down. Okay. Do another sum of the next two lines. Okay, and if I change that format to the font, if I pick an underline double accounting, we get the answer. Alright, so in units, those three numbers are the answer we were looking for, the budgeted purchases we would need to make for the footwear. Okay, now I'm going to copy the entire little table here down below here. And now it's going to go off the screen for a minute, but I'll bring it back. Let's do the same basic scenario for sports equipment. Now let's scroll up. Okay, so now for sports equipment, the budgeted sales for next month is 85,000. See it in the table there? 90,000 and 80,000. 40% remains the same. Budgeted ending inventory then was calculated, so those numbers are correct. Add budgeted sales. Our sales in the month of March is 66,000. I'm pulling from the table. 85,000 and 90,000. You see that right in the table for the sports equipment line. Then all we need to do is back off the beginning sports equipment, which was 70,000 units to start off. The rest were pulled from formulas, right? This one pulls from the cell. This one here pulls from that cell highlighted at the blue squares. And that is our answer for the sports equipment. Okay, we have one more to do. We can whip through that to come up with the budgeted purchases. And again, I'll copy it and slide it up. Now we're dealing with apparel. So let me slide that up for everyone so you can see that one. Okay. Budgeted sales for the next month of apparel is 30,000, 30,000, and 18 for April, May, and June. I'll copy that. Okay, so the budgeted ending inventory is calculated, right? They're just multiplying times the 40% rate. Add in the budgeted sales for the month, 36,000. And now 30,000. Now again, these ones we can pull from the cell before. We could, rather than keying it, we could pull it right from there and right from there, right? 36, 30, and 30, that's correct. Okay, required units of available merchandise is a calculated number, and we, based on what we need in ending, plus what we think we sell, we can compute how many we need on hand. Then we can back off what we had to start with to compute the budgeted amount. So the budgeted beginning inventory in the case of apparel is given at the the second sentence of the problem, and it's 40,000 units. And the others pull from the formulas from the budgeted ending inventory, and there we have the answer for the apparel as well. So in front of you now is how we would solve this purchases budget demo in units now for 3 different products or product lines with the various answers that you need. Okay, thank you everyone.